Guys, how you doing, LaKeith?
Chilling. How you be?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. I'm going to begin by asking, I mean, when you go into a project like this, I'm sure you have your kind of own preconceived ideas of who William O'Neill was and your kind of own judgments, but do you have to kind of completely move them to one side in order to take on a role like this?
Yeah, you gotta get out your own way, Egos, that don't work
Mm.
when you're doing, you're trying to perform, right?
Mm.
Ego is stupid. That shit get in your way.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I found the real footage of William in the closing credits quite striking in a way. Was that documentary Eyes on the Prize helpful to you? Did you want to watch it? Because I know some actors like to try and keep a kind of distance between themselves and the real person to help them with their performance.
Yeah, it was cool. It gave me just like nuance and like a sense of insecurity in the person. So it was beneficial to me.
Mm. Yeah, because on the surface, when you read about his story, obviously the first thought is Judas. The words that come to mind are the words like traitor. But having now had to embody him, his body and his mind for this part, do you have a different relationship with him, or maybe a different understanding of what he did and why he did it? Not that you'd support it. Just I'm just interested to know if now you've been kind of forced to get into his mind, if that's changed anything about the way you perceive the man.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like it's interpretation, right? It's a dramatization. So I don't really even know him like that to even what I'm saying? I don't even know the man himself. But there's certain there's say like themes in humanity that are just like there's Jesus figures for real. Like we may not know Jesus, but people be out here like really on their Jesus tip and then they die for it. And then there's people who won't be on their Judas shit. So I don't really know William O'Neill like that to even speak on that intelligently. But what I would say is, you know, um, I hope that I was being fair, in my interpretation to even to him. You might think he a rat or whatever, but like, he's a human being, bro. So you want to be fair. And like when you approach these things, alluding to your earlier question, like you cannot judge things, you can't judge people. You gotta just, find the humanity in it.
Yeah. Above anything else, how important is it that the story and life of Fred Hampton is being told in this way? Because he's someone that I knew about, but looking kind of Wikipedia entries. But this shows so much humanity. It's a very nuanced, isn't it? Kind of depiction of his life.
Yeah, yeah, as nuanced as we can be.
Mm.
It's an interpretation, man, but at the same time, we try to be as honest as we can. That's why we had Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. on set the whole time, and we had his mom there as well. We wanted to, be honest about it as much as we can. At the end of the day, it's a movie, but, we just try to give and love, as much as we can and be real because that's this shit worth that.
Yeah. And one thing that is certainly real with the performances from yourself and Daniel. You've obviously worked with Daniel before, and as a Londoner, we're all really proud of him. I mean, he's an incredible actor, isn't he? I mean, some of those scenes, he blew my breath away with his kind of some of the speeches he did at the meetings.
Oh yeah, that boy fire, man. Y'all better stop playing. Yeah, damn, man. That's he a real one, bro, and a great human too.
Mm. Yeah, I was going to ask as well. I mean, your career it's been a kind of remarkable success story with hit after hit recently. I mean, each project you seem to take on seems so different to the next as well, and they always seem so varied but so kind of creative. I was wondering about how you pick your projects. Do you just kind of go where the good stories are, where the good characters are, or do you have a kind of game plan, an idea of the kind of route you're trying to take?
I mean, I know when to say no. That's it. Like you trying to get me to sell some hot dog I don't eat. I'm not about to sell that, bro. Like it just ain't. It's not even in me. Like if you feel something, you feel it. You know when it feels right. You know when it feels wrong, and you just do. What makes sense to you. I offered a lot of money to try and sell somebody else's product. And I made a lot of money for a lot of people. But then you realize, like, what are you feeling? I don't give a damn what the budget is. If the story's good, it's good, right? So that's what I'm more preoccupied with now. But I'm in a comfortable place too. Like some people can't, they don't have the luxury to like think about that. You just want to work, like, and that's okay because I was there too. But once you get to a certain point, you want to kind of trying to do things that are meaningful to you if you can. It's nice to be able to work and then also it be meaningful. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and best of luck with the release of this movie. It deserves all the praise it gets.
Oh, thanks, man.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey!